Dominion stirred up the Lamias nesting within Loria's cell. Keep your voice low. I understand they're quite sensitive to sound. You were the one ray of sunlight to shine upon Tenmore Walk. Come brighten my day. I'd smile wider than a slaughterfish at your success, but I suspect Ruvatar's plans involve using the Nemic egg for an unspeakable horror. Go on, then. Speak it. That's all? Then we must stop him, and quickly. Search the remains of this camp for any indication of Ruvatar's whereabouts. I'll rally the soldiers and prepare to assault the ruins. Be swift. More Lamias could boil from the ruins at any moment.
Vice Cannon Hadamine, our scouts spotted the Dominion's main force. The Dominion retreated into the ruins after the Lamias tore them apart. If we strike while they're bloody, we can pay them back for Tenmar Walk. Then we must learn where the crocodile rests its head, so we can crush it in one blow. I shouldn't ask, but after Tenmar Walk, I must. If we knew Ruvatar's movements, we could end this abruptly. Would you do us the honor of finding the crocodile's lair?
begs you, release her before hungry snake ladies return. No. They've left Kazdi to die. Curse brute Bitar. Brute Vitar sealed us out. Kazdi's fellows all dead, killed by dirty snake ladies. No doubt this Pecked soldier kills poor Kazdi now. This swamp, I hate it! Endless woe! Poor Kazdi. Questions? Not blades? Yes. Merciful Pecked soldier takes pity on Kazdi. Ruvitar took his big glowing egg behind that door and sealed it up. He's like a spider wearing a sash. Treat with respect, salute often. But Kazdi knows, still a spider. No, a high elf. But he does awful things to swamp lizards through their special trees. Poisons them like a spider's bite, see? Ruvitar uses his big, glowing egg to destroy swamp lizards behind a door. Like a clawless coward. That is all Kazdi knows. Open sealed door, squash Ruvitar flat, wash foot. Kazdi can help open the seal. Ruvitar bragged of defenses so often, Kazdi knows them like her own whiskers. Simple. Kazdi wishes to stop the clawless high elf who kills swamp lizard babies and leaves Dominion soldiers to die. And see elsewhere again, maybe. If Kazdi shows you how to remove seal on door, you splatter Ruvitar. Deal? Lead on, friend of Kazdi. Ruvitar drew power from 3 Aliad crystals to seal the door. If you activate the crystals, they take back their power from the door. Then, you open the door and wallop Ruvitar. Simple, yes? The first one is near the sealed door. The others are in the same room, but held up high in claws. Fear not, merciful friend. Passages lead to the claws through hordes of angry dead and countless snake ladies. But Kazdi keeps light on her feet.
My blade shattered. What bears a knight with missing means? Only despair.
Kazdi knew you could...
My sword and shield in another's hands. A theft unparalleled. Honor demands satisfaction. In the name of my liege. Her loin, no doubt. Grovel suitably for your crimes, and I may behead you apace. What madness! I, bereft of weapons and arms, and a slave, dare speak? Are you a dream spirit sent by the Enchanter to test my resolve? Very well, foul wind. We away to my liege. I'll waver not from duty, despite the Enchanter's ploy.
You bear the implements of my thralls, yet skin and sinew drape your bones. You're more than a wandering collection of ritual components. But what precisely?
What treachery! The Enchanter claims my liege lord's chambers. How could this... By Meridia's light, I recollect it. The Enchanter decreed us slay our liege lord. We gave chase, our blades flickering like fading Vala stones, and... Though the Enchanter overthrew my liege lord with trickery, my oath binds me true. I must obey him as my new liege lord. You awaken a truth long since dead. Leave me to my misery, slave. I swore a sacred pact to bulwark my liege lord from every menace. Yet the Enchanter twisted our oath. When he commanded, a profane compulsion forced us against our liege lord. I wept freely as I struck her down. I don't profess to know the Enchanter's ways, but my oath compels me to protect the phylactery above all. Of this, I doubt not. And why do the Enchanter and the phylactery seem one and the same to me? I cannot serve two masters. It goes against my oath. Were you not beneath my station, I'd embrace you, slave. You've revealed the falsity underpinning my oath.
How dare you stand in my presence? Show deference to your new liege lord.
I deny your claim upon me. Begone, foul trickster! I sense the Enchanter banished, but only for a trice. He shall return to mete out weighty punishment. I cannot destroy the phylactery, but I beseech you do so. End the source of the Enchanter's hold upon us. If Meridia favors me, Enchanter shall perish with the source of his power. Your thievery must be held account, but leniency is in order. Perhaps a finger of your choice? Slave, tell me true. Do I seem vigorous and lively? The world seems indistinct. And you are no slave, and I am no longer a knight. But I discharge my oath in spirit as in flesh. What knight can hope for such fortune? Meridia, guide your hand true upon the phylactery.
Kazdin?
So much death. My students, my egg siblings, none survived the Dominion's experiments. Now the Lamias take their bodies for food. Please, help me recover their bodies so they can return to the Hist. Dominion soldiers brought us here for that alchemist's experiments. Rovitar, I heard them say. None of my students survived. And now, the Lamias took their corpses. A shadow scale freed me and offered to recover the bodies, but she needs help. Then work with Aquinas. She'd have the bodies already if the Lamia cave didn't stink of death. She's blind, you see, but still a shadow scale. Mark the bodies with this paste. She'll track the scent and sneak the bodies from the Lamia cave.
He found another to help. Praise Sithis. Another body. Thanks for lending your sight. Mahi regains his spirits. Good work, outsider. I slipped Mahi past the Lamias. Go, speak to him.
The bodies of my eggs.
The Dominion cut away.
The bodies of my egg siblings were desecrated by the Lamia Queen. Until they're whole, I cannot return them to the Hist. Akinas brought the bodies to me, but they are mauled, broken apart. What was stolen must be returned, or their angry spirits will haunt Loriacel until the void takes us all. The Lamia Queen did this. I am sure of it. I saw her flaunting them as trophies. Slay her and bring what you find to me. Akinas and I return to the antechamber with the bodies. I'll wait for you there. It's no use. Unless they're whole, the spirits of the departed can receive no comfort. They say Lamias can talk, if they wish it. From what I've seen, they're little more than beasts. Please restore what's missing to the bodies. I'll guide their spirits back to the Hist.
I rejoin my egg siblings in the Hist.
You've led me back to moisture. Hist be with you.
I hear the Hist. Am I free? I bring memories of your aid to the Hist.
It's done. My students return to the Hist. Once the fighting dies down, Aquinas and I will reunite them with the swamp as a fallen leaf returns to soil. I'll not allow the wounded to become food for Lamius. Pact or Dominion, I don't care. None deserve such a fate.
Durant Newly Malam said I'd find you inside, but reported nothing of your Dominion prisoner. I knew to expect you, but not one of Ruvitar's soldiers. I take it she's your prisoner? You've interrogated her, yes? You'll forgive me for not thanking one of Vice Canon Rondar's murderers for turning her coat. But the Khajiit is your prisoner. What would you do with her? You can't be serious. The Dominion stole our soldiers' skins, murdered a Vice Canon, and destroyed Argonian eggs at the hour of their birth. Beheading would be leniency. This Khajiit came with the Dominion soldiers who committed terrible crimes on Ruvitar's behalf. If not responsible, she is complicit. Is this truly your decision? Then we'll take charge of the Khajiit. Guard, treat her as my personal ward. I'll allow no reprisals against her. Once our soldiers take the entrance, we'll join you in the Inner Bailey. Ruvitar can count his lifespan in minutes. Wait. Should only one of us walk from these ruins, you must allow me to thank you on behalf of Shadowfen citizens. Sithis guide your steps in the darkness, and refrain his embrace until you will it. I must be sentimental in my old age. All this death weighs upon me like a second set of scales, yet there is more of it ahead. Are you ready to show Ruvitar he cannot break the pact? If you have the chance to capture him, we could put him on trial in Stormhold. Make him answer for all he's done. But I'm happy to fit his head for a pike. As I believe Vice Canon Rondar would say, stab the elf in his crumpets.
Woe be to Khazdi. Pact soldier dooms her to rot in a cell, away from the warm sun. Is better than missing her head, Khazdi supposes. Goodbye, merciful yet punitive friend.
No! I've nearly unlocked the secret! You'll make a fuck!
We should feed Ruvitar to Wamasu, but for now, let's recover the Namek egg. Zuth! What has that monster done to the Namek egg? I'm almost afraid to touch the Namek egg. Are we too late? You can't hear the noise? Piercing like flesh flies roosting in your ears? And the smell, like moss and ailed hide set aflame. But we must remove it from these ruins before the Dominion returns. Did Ruvatar remove your hands then? A joke, my friend. None shall touch the Namek egg until I'm certain this isn't some kind of Dominion trap. Please, stand back. This will require all my concentration. Stay vigilant, yes? I can hear the Namek egg. Such rage.
Vice Cannon? Is everything all right? The Namek egg holds her in some form of trance. We must wake her. What happened to the Vice Cannon? No doubt Ruvatar's doing. May his corpse dry to a husk. We must wake the Vice Cannon before the Namek egg tears her mind apart.
done it. Did you feel the air shift? There's something here, but I can't put my claw on it. No matter. It seems so real, doesn't it? You think we weren't in a dream. I recognize those nests, those houses. I've seen them in Shadowfen. But where?
We heard the wails, felt the trembling of roots. But what our brother says of the Fleshwalkers, it cannot be. Our brother's fear spreads through the roots. He claims the Fleshwalkers boil our blood in vats of iron, all at a Daedra's command. Where is the truth in that? Our brother claims his blood was stolen from him by Fleshwalkers and boiled in vats to slay the Daedra's gluttony. But if his fear overtakes him, we must sever his roots from the rest of us. Which truth is true, Fleshwalker? Then we leave our brother with the truth, Fleshwalker. Butchered. Their blood poisons the ground. The work of those who serve, or those who forget their place, will rend the swamps barren before they tear our roots from the earth. We feel our brother's rage, but do not understand. He says the Dark Elf Vice Cannon tried to destroy the eggs at the hatching pools. What does this mean? The Dark Elf Vice Cannon returns to the old ways, when egg clutches hatched as slaves. She destroyed a hatching to remind the Hist of her power. If our brother speaks lies, we must feed him to the mire. Which is the truth of it, Fleshwalker? Leave our brother with the truth, Fleshwalker.
Thoughts turn against us. Who else would have the will but the Fleshwalkers? Is it time for the Song of Sithis to bring the void? Shall they taste fear, and then nothing? Our brother's thoughts roil like thunderheads, yet we do not understand. He says the Vice Cannons shed their skins like water snakes to hide their intentions. Where is the truth in that? The Vice Cannons lead the Fleshwalkers, but our brother says they lead the Skinwalkers as well. If our brother speaks lies, we'll cut the rot of his thoughts away. Which is the truth of it, Fleshwalker? Madness. The rot affects you, Fleshwalker.
What's happening? Everything fades away.
Small one, leave the rot memory. Come to us and speak. Fleshwalker joins our dreams. A welcome diversion, small one, before we rejoin the void. Though we soon depart, the Vice Cannon carries our thoughts within her. You must follow, lest we drag you to the void with us. You quickened our dreams, small one. Yet our memories wither and fade. We must soon follow. We could not stunt the Vice Cannon's greater purpose, so we sent her beyond the dream. We rejoin the void, where all routes lead. But the Vice Cannon carries our thoughts through seasons to come. In time, perhaps she can grow a new Hist, a different Hist from us. It is not for you to follow us to the void. Go now, and be blessed.
Alive and kicking, I see. As for me, I feel a decade younger. Can you see the healthy shimmer to my scales? You no doubt have questions. Please, ask. It's the least I can do after your help. My soldiers recovered us from the ruins and kept you safe while you slept. Now I've been asked to bring the Nemec egg to the Pact, but it seems an empty shell at best. Hence the ship. Soon it departs Shadowfen for Skyrim. Forgive my mood, but I grieve for the Hist. It returns to the Void, did you know? But I must not dwell on this. The Pact is bigger than Shadowfen alone. That's the plan. The meeting will take place in Skyrim instead of Mournhold. The Nord ruler has his own artifact to contribute to the moot. Time to set sail for the land of ice and snow. Of course. Your presence is requested. That's what happens when you attract fame and fortune. Unless you plan to run across the sea, I suggest you find the boatmaster.
Best not to swim in the swamp water. Why not take a boat instead? Yes, your ship is ready, and a fine one it is. Very few rats, plenty of fruit. Let me know when you're ready to set sail. Good. Follow me, please.
Ah, Skyrim. It's been some time since I've seen its people, and its snow. I will enter the city and find a safe place to store the egg. Then I will enjoy the celebration. The Nords know how to keep the cold at bay. It's my favorite thing about them.
Hello. Can I speak to you for a moment? Welcome to Windhelm. You're just in time for the celebration.
What do you want?
Thane Mara Stormcloak. Welcome to Windhelm. You're just in time for the celebration. If you don't mind me saying so, you look pretty capable and good in a fight. Just the sort of individual that Thane Mara is looking for. Thane Mara Stormcloak. She keeps the city running and oversees the Windhelm Guard. That makes her extremely busy, especially now. What with the Conan-Liker and the Ebonheart Pack delegates and all. Of course, in addition to attending the Conan-Liker, the Pack leaders have important business to attend to. Important business. Now hurry along. You can find Thane Mara at the center of town, right in front of the Palace of Isgron. I'm sure Thane Mara will appreciate your assistance and your discretion. Oh, many apologies. I'm the Ebonheart Pact envoy in Windhelm. I've lived here for some time now. I can honestly say that I know all of the city's movers and shakers. If you need anything, anything at all, I'm the one to ask. Yes, the Conan-Liker. The Nords are very proud of their celebrations, and this is a big one. They want to prove that even though the Akaviri damaged the city, Windhelm is still a beautiful and vibrant place. That's what the Nords call this celebration. The entire city is celebrating King Yoren's 10th anniversary as the Skald King. Nord clans have come to Windhelm from across Skyrim to compete in various challenges to honor the king and his reign. The Akaviri hit Windhelm hard during the invasions. Most of the damage has been repaired, but work continues on the palace. King Yoren insisted that the rest of the city should come first, so the palace was the last thing worked on.
What is it?
This is the life, eh?
You look strong and capable, good in a fight, and brave enough to travel the world in search of adventure. If my assessment is even close to correct, I could use your help. The Conan-Liker, the great games to honor the reign of King Yoren, fills the city with mirth and good cheer. When a new king survives to his 10th year on the throne, we celebrate. But not everyone who has come to Windhelm is in a festive mood. The Stormfist clan hasn't been seen in a decade, but they return for these games. Since then, there have been numerous injuries and a few deaths, and I fear worse things are to come. The clan stays at the Cold Moon Inn. See what you can learn. I am the Thane of Windhelm. My father was captain of the guard. I followed in his footsteps and climbed a bit higher. We Stormcloaks helped build Windhelm centuries ago. We're an old family, and we're proud of our heritage. What do I do? What don't I do? Rules and regulations. Meetings with King Yoren and other Thanes. Now I'm hosting pack delegates. A lot of political nonsense. Mostly, I delegate so that I can guard the city. People feel safer with the Thane around. Yes, they've come for the celebration, but also to meet with King Yoren about packed business. I try not to get too involved. In fact, I'm not sure how Yoren stands all the pomp and ceremony. It would drive me insane. We don't like to talk about it, but Yoren wasn't the unanimous choice to ascend the throne. The Stormfist clan backed his challenger, and they have been associated with ill omens ever since. Discretion is called for. Hence, an outsider like you. Yoren's brother, Fieldgore. He desired the throne. Normally, succession is determined by the crown of Freydis, but there were complications. Anyway, the brothers fought, Yoren won, and Fieldgore was exiled. End of story. Or so we thought.
I don't believe this. I'm not leaving until you let us in.
Don't cross me!
Selling, buying, trading. Right here.
Quality wares.
What?
It is time to party hearty. Ha ha ha!
More and you'll be good. Watch your step around here, stranger.
Oh, if only you could see yourself. You're covered in it. It's your fault leaving me behind. Now be quiet. We'll need to find more people.
I don't know why I bother guarding you horrible beast.
Heard you fought a fierce battle in Direfrost Keep, New Blood. Our brethren said they heard fierce storms raging before you emerged. Must have been an epic battle.
I'd buy you a drink, but then there'd be one less for me.
Get yourself a drink and one for me.
Hell and all
Hey there. Welcome.
Is this on straight?
I can only imagine Tonval's grief at losing his son. Good thing you were there to defeat General Sarian, though.
Oh, mother, but I'm bored. There hasn't been anyone to flirt with except Arama since we reached these wretched shores. She's no fun to flirt with at all.
Buy me a drink?
I believe I'll have another.
We should drink to something.
You'd better be worth my time.
Bolyar Meadery makes the best mead ever.
What interesting customs you Nords have.
That? You're
Drink
joking?
too much and
Too bad, you little baby.
You
Finish that pie! What is it?
You've been gone for a while. Tell me you found something useful. Cheating at the Conanliker and the Stormfist clan. They haven't caused this much trouble since... Oh no. This is worse than I feared. We need to determine what's really going on here. While you were completing your mission, another competitor was injured. One of my best. The champion of Windhelm. This just got personal. I have another task for you if you're willing. I want you to enter the next event, the foot race of the 9 Holds. I name you Windhelm's new champion. That should confuse our enemies. If you're willing, go talk to the race organizer Lenning. He's along the western wall.
We have deadlines to meet.
You know the rules. No one's allowed inside without authorization.
Hurry! Speak to Lenning the Hawk and enter the race. You're good at digging up information. We're better to keep an eye on things than right in the middle of the race. I can't post guards at every tower.
And as an outsider that no one has ever heard of, your participation should confuse our enemies.
I could eat more than all these contestants combined. They dishonor the king with this poor showing.
No one can outdrink Thane Yegi. He's got this contest in the bag.
3 cheers for the Scald King!
Welcome to both of you.
If you're not participating in the race of the 9 holds, please stand back. I see. Thane Mara is playing her political games again. No matter. As the last racer to arrive, you get to light the starting flare. Get ready. The race begins as soon as you ignite the flare. Rules? Haven't you ever ran a race before? You have to run along the outer walls of the city and must pass through each of the 9 towers along the walls. 1 for each hold in Skyrim. The first racer to pass through the 9th tower wins the event.
Hail and all that.
Thanks. It's the rare soul who stops to help an opponent. Treachery. An orcish arrow. Poisoned. I drank a potion, but it didn't help. I'm finished. It's too late for me. You need to listen. I saw where the assassin fled. To the south, away from the city. They must be hiding nearby. Avenge me, champion. Avenge!
What happened to you? You were doing so well. Why'd you stop running? Another murder? In broad daylight? Thane Mara just left and she wants to speak to you. And she needs to hear about this anyway. Hurry and meet her in front of the palace.
I need another drink like I need a head in the hole.
I don't believe
What a race! I saw some of it, and I was informed of the outcome. I have eyes throughout the city, of course. Another blasted attack. You showed compassion, abandoning the race to aid another. Empathy is worth as much as strength, in my opinion. Now about Hadrian. We need to find his killers and bring them to justice. Someone must have seen something during the race. The assassins fled after their cowardly attack, but every rat has a hole to hide in. You must find that hole. I don't want you to just find the assassins. I want you to hunt them down like the rabid dogs they are and dispatch them with haste and extreme prejudice. Do we understand each other, champion? I'm taking the gauntlets off and granting you the authority to do whatever is necessary to deal with these assassins. I name you as Justice Karl of Windhelm. Dispense your authority as needed, and deal with this as quickly as you can. Well done. I'll mobilize the guard to prevent any more Stormfists from getting into the city. Go south and find the assassins. Bring me back something I can show to King Yoren to let him know we've taken care of this problem.
Come on, help us out here. We have deadlines to meet.
You know the rules. But at least there's plenty.
Do you think I'm pretty?
Hey, are you buying?
What is it?
The guards found more caches of weapons hidden around the city, but nothing else. I hope you had better luck. King Yoren's exiled brother Fieldgore used to run the Stormfist Brigade. That's his symbol added to the Stormfist emblem. And these orders. Fieldgore has returned to Skyrim. King Yoren must be told. Hopefully it's not too late. Fieldgore is King Yoren's twin brother. When Queen Nirnhill fell in battle, the brothers joined forces to defeat the Akaviri, but then they fought over the throne. Yoren won the day and exiled his brother. Now Fieldgore has returned. What does any exile want? Needless to say, to announce his presence in this manner can't bode well for King Yoran. The final event has started in the Hall of Trials. I'll send guards to the camp. You need to go to the hall and help the king. Hurry, to the Hall of Trials. You must protect King Yoran at all costs.
Your prowess is impressive, champion. Come up here so that...
The Stormfist cheated. These Nords have been poisoned.
Your brother Fieldgore sends his greetings, false king. He wants you to know that he has returned from exile to claim what is his by birth and by right. Your rule is over, pretender. Prepare to die.
Poison Fieldgore. What is the meaning of this? Guards! Seize that woman! Stormfist bastards did their worst, yet I'm still alive! Thanks to you. This was a message from my brother. One I wasn't meant to survive. I feared this day would come. A mere scratch. Nothing more. The Stormfist clan's assassins are dead, and that's good enough for me. I guess I've become too complacent, while Fieldgore's hatred has obviously deepened and festered. After Deer and Nirnhild fell in battle, my brother and I threw back the invaders. Afterward, we disagreed on who should succeed our sister. I believed in diplomacy and wisdom. Fieldgore believes in rule by force. I couldn't let him take the throne. When I won the throne, I was forced to exile Fieldgore. He never forgave me for that. So I assume he returned to take the throne. I wonder what he has promised his Stormfist and Orc allies. I need to think about this. Please tell Thane Mera that I'm fine.
what I'm having.
I forgot what I'm drinking to.
I love visiting the forge. It's always so
They're all the
toasty.
same. Give an old a helmet and they get all high and mighty. It's no wonder the palace is still a wreck.
You're back. Tell me, is King Yoren well? That's good to hear. You don't know how relieved I am by this news. You risked your life even though you had no duty to uphold or vow to keep. To me, that makes you the champion of the day. While you were aiding the king, a runner arrived from Fort Morvenskar. The fort is under attack. Fieldgore and the Stormfist clan are certainly behind the attack. It can't be mere coincidence. Windhelm must be protected, but we can't abandon the fort. It makes sense strategically, but we weren't prepared for this. We weren't expecting to fight a war while the Pact leaders were in council. I need your help. Captain Hamar sent the runner. Report to him. Find out what's going on at the fort. You upheld my honor and the honor of Windhelm. This Ebonheart Pact is worth more than I hoped. May all your enemies fall before you. I am the Thane of Windhelm. My father was captain of the guard. What do I do? Yes.
Come on, help us out here. We have deadlines to
They're
meet.
all the same. Give an old a
You know the
helmet
rules.
and they get all
No one's
high
allowed
and
inside
mighty.
without
Ooh, looky here.
At last, I'm free.
It's about time Windhelm sent someone. What took you so long?
Just you? I hope you're tougher than you look. Sorry, I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but we're in trouble out here. The Stormfists came out of nowhere and forced us to retreat from the fort. We escaped, as did Lieutenant Koruni and a few of her soldiers. I don't know what the Stormfists want, but we haven't seen that clan around here for almost a decade. Koruni sent word that she plans to sneak into the central barracks. If you could liberate the soldiers that were captured during the battle, you could assist the lieutenant when she tries to retake the barracks. Good luck freeing our soldiers. I'll stay here and wait for the detachment from Windhelm to arrive. Anything to help with your mission, but we must be quick about it. Fort Morvenskar's primary purpose is to protect the royal tombs beneath it. Most of our departed rulers are buried here, including our dearly missed Queen Nirnhild. Beyond that, it doesn't really hold any military significance. The Stormfist clan hasn't been seen in these parts in almost 10 years. Back then, they supported the traitor Fildgor. As to how they took us by surprise, I'm not sure. They came out of nowhere. Still, it dishonors us that we failed to stop them. I received word that Lieutenant Korune plans to try to infiltrate the central barracks and take out the leader of these invaders. Meanwhile, I need to wait here for Windhelm soldiers to arrive. Then we'll sweep in and join the lieutenant.
Finally! Hurry up and untie me. I want to get out there and crack some heads. I thought you'd never ask.
Thank Kain. I thought the captain forgot about me.
I'm on my way.
Have you come to kill me? Do your worst. I won't bow to Fildgor. Thanks, I'll see you there.
Captain Hamar and Lieutenant Koruni finally send someone to get me out of this? It's about time. Thanks. I'm on my way.
What is it?
You rescued my soldiers. For that, you have my thanks. We are ready to take back the barracks. I need you to deal with the invaders' commander, the Nord called Halskar. Find his orders. We need to know what's going on. They should be someplace safe, not far from wherever you find the lout. I had a feeling about you. Glad to see that I was right. Now follow us.
I am Nirnhild, Queen of the Nords. I come to you from Sovngarde with an urgent demand. The relics you took from that strongbox were stolen from the royal tombs beneath Fort Morvenskar. Return the relics to their rightful places in the tombs below, of course. What else would you do with them? Accomplish this task, and I shall forever be in your debt. I am Nirnhild, Queen of the Nords. I come to you from Sovngarde with an urgent demand. The relics you took from that strongbox were stolen from the royal tombs beneath Fort Morvenskar. Return the relics to their rightful places in the tombs below, of course. What else would you do with them? Accomplish this task, and I shall forever be in your debt. Meet me behind this building, at the entrance to the tombs. I shall wait for you there.
The barracks are clear. How did you fare against Halskar? Let me look at those orders. I see. Those dogs came up through the crypts. That's how they surprised us. It says something here about their true prize being in the crypts below. I wonder what they could be after. These orders make it sound like the Stormfist wants something from inside the royal crypts. And they were actually signed by Fildgor Orkthane. That means the Skald King's traitorous brother has returned. Just what I know. Skyrim's royal family and their honored servants are interned below. Well, the dead ones anyway. The fort was built to protect the crypts. They are precious relics to be sure, but nothing to make these brigands risk so much. Well, there you have it. Thievery and desecration. Still, these orders seem to imply there's more to it than that. Perhaps you could go below, return these items, and make sure everything is all right. The entrance is behind this building. Go on, check out the crypts. We'll handle things up here. Woman? What woman? I saw you strike down Halskar, pull something from the lockbox, and then pause for a long moment. I thought you were catching your breath up there. Well, they do say that the royal tombs are haunted. Soldiers tell stories of seeing and hearing strange things during night patrols. Still, if a spirit spoke to you, those relics must be special. Did the spirit happen to give you a name? Queen Nirnhild? Our beloved queen was struck down in battle against the Akaveri 10 years ago. I'd listen carefully to whatever Queen Nirnhild said to you. You are truly blessed, my friend.
I've been waiting for you to arrive. The relics you recovered are very important. When they were removed, it disturbed the Draugr below. Please return the relics to their proper resting places. There's nothing simple about this matter. You must return the relics to the exact spot they were taken from. Inspect each chamber carefully, for there will be clues as to the proper placement. I can advise you, but I know little of these relics. Who else would I be, mortal? Recent events have called me back from Sovngarde, but I am still my people's beloved queen. Now, don't you have some relics to put back in the tomb? Come down here and look around. The cup belongs on one of these altars, but I do not know which one. That was the wrong altar. You have awakened the dead. That was the wrong altar. You have awakened the dead. That was the wrong altar. You have awakened the dead. That appears to be the correct altar. Very good. I will see you in the next chamber. The book you carry belongs on this pedestal. However, a page was torn out when it was plundered. Not the right page. Try again, mortal. It is not the right page. Try again, mortal. This chamber contains the remains of advisors who served the throne. Trust the book, read the book, and... That is not the right page. Try again, mortal. Ancient Nord. One chamber remains. Mine. Bring my amulet and meet me there. This is wrong. Something is terribly, terribly wrong. My body, the crown of Freydis. They should both be here, but they are gone. No. Layers of magical protection engulf the interred. Any Stormfist that tried to even touch my body would have been obliterated. Only those of royal blood could have... No. My brother. Has all honor deserted him? Why would he do such a thing? Fildgor. Go, quickly. Perhaps you can catch him before he gets away. You must retrieve my mortal remains and my crown.
Make sure that no one gets past you, Shakul. Cover my escape.
You're too late, weakling. Wilgor, I need healing! He's in cradle by now. Oh, you're back. Lieutenant Karuni's plan worked perfectly. And she says she owes her success to you. Good job. While you were in the tomb, Karuni launched a strike against the invaders from the barracks. A detachment of soldiers arrived from Windhelm just in time to help us take back the fort. It is indeed, and thank you for your help, my friend. As long as we hold Fort Morvenskar, you are welcome here.
I no longer know my own brother's heart, but now I know yours. Even though Fildgor escaped with my crown and my mortal remains, you have performed a great service this day. Keep the amulet. You earned it. And as long as you carry it, we will always be connected.
Thanks for your help. You did great work today. Thank you. With Fort Morvenskar back under our control, we should send word to the king. Let him know that the royal tombs are secure. Will you deliver a dispatch to Fort Amel? Yes. Reinforcements from Windhelm brought the news. The king has gone to Fort Amel to meet with packed dignitaries. Take word of our victory to the fort. Speak to Thane Oda, Wolf's sister there. We're going to get the fort up and running again. My scouts report that there are still Stormfist troops in the area. My scouts report that the Stormfist are fortifying Cradle Crush to the southwest. We can't let them establish a foothold, or we'll never get rid of them. It's an old Orc fortress, but it hasn't been used by hostile forces in years. We're going to get the fort up and running again. My scouts report that there are still Stormfist troops in the area. My scouts report that the Stormfist are fortifying Cradle Crush to the southwest. We can't let them establish a foothold, or we'll never get rid of them. It's an old Orc fortress, but it hasn't been used by hostile forces in years. If only we had the troops for such an action. We're in no condition for another battle right now. But I think we have time. Something strange is going on over at Cradle Crush. But it doesn't appear that they are about to launch an attack or anything. Unusual sounds. We hear crashes and moans, toppling trees. We see smoke on the horizon. I have no idea what to make of it. And I can't spare anyone else to investigate right now.
Why do you hate us, Nord? Your own king declared us allies, but still, you turn us away.
Don't put words in my mouth, Dark Elf. I said you could enter Fort Armor, but the inn is full, so you can't stay. Official business of the kingdom takes precedence after all.
This is ridiculous, and we've come such a long way. You'll find somewhere else to rest. Somewhere not filled with such hate.
Greetings, stranger. It looks like you have something for me. Then by all means, let me have it. Excellent. The fort is back under our control, thanks to you. You've made quite a name for yourself amongst our soldiers, friend. Lieutenant Koruni in particular seems suitably impressed with your efforts.
Do I look drunk?
Listen, if you're part of this group, I already explained this a dozen times. Feel free to enter Fort Armel, but the inn is full. There's no more room. And the Jarl's Keep is off limits too, of course. King Yoren and the Ebonheart Pact leaders are meeting here. Between the Nords, the Argonians, and the Dark Elf contingent, they filled up the inn. They even had to set up tents on the far side of town. That's not for me to say. I don't even want to guess. Commander Ian might have an idea, but you'd have to get it out of him. Whatever the king's business is, though, it must be urgent to call the various leaders of the pact together so suddenly.
Where's that lazy skiver? I'm going to kill him. What do you want? Someone steal your gold pouch or something? What's it matter to you? Have business with the king, do you? They stand in line with the rest of the peasants. Seems like every alley rat decided to show up and whine about something when they heard the king was coming. But he's not here for that. King shows up with his honor guard and all the pact officials, clearly up to something important. And you just expect me to tell you what that is? Did you always get milk when you whined for it as a baby? Be off! I need to find one of my guards. You're going to stick your nose into this no matter what I say, aren't you? Fine. Thod decided to have a drink with the prince's entourage last night. Haven't seen him since. Probably passed out somewhere. But I can't be too careful right now. I just want this all to be over. We're not used to dealing with so many different groups all in one place. All right. Find Thod, and I might let some information slip. We'll leave it at that.
It doesn't sit right with everyone, true. But I can't fault their bravery or skill in battle.
The tales of Nords and their mead drinking are legendary, but Yegi here? He's absolutely epic. He's been drinking for 2 days straight now. 2 days! You must mean that drunken idiot who tried to keep up with Yegi. He wasn't even in the same league. Whatever he was drinking was pretty foul, though. It smelled more like wet Kaguti than sweet mead. I think it might have been Argonian. He wandered toward the river, carrying a few bottles of that vile Argonian beverage. He's probably still down there. I'd wager he's either passed out or nursing a bad headache right about now.
Oh yes, Narayu. Whatever you say, Narayu. I don't want to. Want to sleep. A perfectly good dream. Oh, Narayu. I love you, Narayu.
If you're still looking for Thod, I wouldn't worry about it. He and the commander headed for the barracks. Thod's getting an earful, I'm sure. I apologize if we wasted your time. I'm sure it was one of the other guards. There are a lot of us, and we're known to relax with a bottle of mead or two when we're off duty. And never to excess. So really, I wouldn't worry about it. Listen, I saw them both just a moment ago, and unlike the commander, I slept last night. Now, it's not that I don't believe you found a drunk Nord by the river. It wouldn't be the first time. It's just that it can't be Thod. I can prove it. Both the commander and Thod headed towards the barracks on the west side of town. If you hurry, you should be able to catch up with them. Then you can go get a drink and relax. Seems like you could use it.
I told you that we need to be patient. You're always in such a hurry. It's starting to get on my nerves.
You're enjoying that body too much, I think. Why, I have a mind to... Can I help you with something? The Fort Amol guard barracks are off limits, so I hope you don't plan on trying to get inside. The commander is occupied by other matters at the moment. As one of the officials helping coordinate efforts at Fort Amol, perhaps I could be of service? I am a noble and an advisor to the Jarl of Fort Amol. I have been charged with making sure that all of our esteemed guests are well cared for. I assume you are part of King Yoren's guard if you seek to speak with Commander Iarn? Ah, yes, Thod. Of course, he was just here. As a matter of fact, you just missed him. You weren't the one looking for him earlier by chance. Iarn mentioned someone looking into guard business. Not many folks care about Thod. Well, how about I help you instead? Iarn has been on edge of late. Perhaps the king's presence makes him nervous. Or it's all these foreigners. Who knows? But he has been acting strange. I'd keep an eye on him if I were you. You seem eager to help, so I'm giving you something to do. If I toss around false accusations or involve the king's guards, it might hide behind the rocks nearby and wait for Iarn. You wouldn't want him to know you were following him now, would you?
Took you long enough, Commander.
I thought I was being followed. We have to be smart about all this.
Don't insult my intelligence. I know we only get one chance at this. Besides, word from the inside is that things are going well.
Good, good. I took care of things on my end. I stuffed all of the duplicates in Marla's house. As long as no one goes snooping around in there, we'll be fine.
Hail and well met.
When did the skin stealers take Ronda? Weeks ago? Months? Years?
You just have to poke your nose into things that don't concern you, don't you? You can join the rest of the bodies in here.
I'm afraid you just missed Commander Eon. Again. He was in a hurry. He always seems to run when everyone else around here just saunters. Have you been drinking with Thane Yegi and the soldiers? What? All of this in Marla's house? You have to understand how strange this sounds. You're telling me that the commander I was just speaking to is actually dead? And there are others? Including 2 dead Marlas? After that story, I think I might be the one who needs a drink. Well, thanks for the information. I'll make sure to look into these accusations as soon as I can. But you're not going to give up on this, are you? Listen, let's say I believe you. Let's say there are Stormfist agents impersonating people in Fort Armel. Even if all of this is true, we can't start a panic. The leaders of the Pact are here, for kind's sake. No, I didn't say that. I just don't want you running around crying murder, especially with the Pact delegations here. Think of how fragile our alliance already is. You should speak to Lord Velop. Tell him what you told me. He's the Jarl's advisor. He has his hand in everything that happens around here. Tell him what you told me. Leave nothing out. Velop's smart. If what you say is true, and by Kain I hope it isn't, he'll know what to do, without causing a panic. You'll probably find Lord Velop in the inn. Like most Nords, he enjoys his mead. And I understand that nobles can get particularly thirsty when the king is in town. You have to look at this from my point of view. A stranger walks into town and makes outlandish claims about spies and imposters and murders. How do I know that you're not one of these Stormfist traitors trying to cause trouble? You certainly are insistent. I'll grant you that much. Look, I'll check the house as soon as I can. In the meantime, go talk to Lord Velop. Shows bones if there really are spies in Fort Armel. His lordship will know what to do.
serve by choice. They serve the strong. They serve. Is in place. You are but an inconvenience.
So, was the hunt successful? Did you find out what nefariousness our good Commander Eon is up to? What? No, I never imagined. I think you better tell me what happened, friend. And start at the beginning. Lower your voice. This can't be. How could Fildgor's soldiers get into the fort without being noticed? Did you tell anyone else about this? I'll need to have a word with Loanor. The implications for the Pact are horrifying. Dark Elves and Nords have died. Finger-pointing will escalate into violence as soon as word gets out. Especially, go to the Nord. Go find Thane Harvald at the camp. If he has any sense, he'll help us without involving that whiny Prince Ernskar. I'll deal with Guard Cloanor to make sure she doesn't spread word of this to anyone.
One more, and you'll be good-looking.
The Nord don't need the help of the weakling Argonians and the cowardly Dark Elves. We can win this war on our own.
Your Uncle Fildgor has allied himself with the Stormfist clan and the Orcs, my prince. We need all the help we can get. You need to apologize to the delegates, and get them back to the table before this rift grows any wider.
Let the pact shatter and fall for all I care. We need no one but ourselves. You grow old and weak, Harvold, like my father. This conversation is over.
The prince and his hot temper. He decided to hold his own meeting, while the king and the Pact ambassadors meet at the keep. He managed to insult both the Dark Elves and the Argonians with his posturing and boastfulness. Talk freely. Thane Oda is as trustworthy as I. But understand that I have enough trouble as it is, and I don't need any more bad news. I have my hands full trying to figure out how to calm the prince and get the Pact delegates back to the meeting. And that's not what I wanted to hear. The prince will have to be told about this, of course. And the Argonian and Dark Elf delegates. They need to be able to protect themselves. I can't keep secrets from my prince, no matter how hot-headed he may be. I'll make him understand the seriousness of the situation. But I doubt the Argonians and Dark Elves will listen. They were very angry when they marched back to their camps. Perhaps, if you say that King Yoren sent you, they might not forgive the prince and return immediately, but they might listen to you. They need to know that we value the Pact and their companionship. Do whatever it takes to make them happy. What does he always do? He opened his mouth and let words fall out. He said many terrible things and drove them away. And all his father asked him to do was coordinate troop movements and battle plans while the Council of War was in session.
A toast to drinking.
Oh, whatever may I assist you with? Perhaps you need your pillow fluffed, or maybe you need me to cut up your food for you. Wait, I know you. From Deshawn. Don't say a word. No one must know who or what I am. Shh. No one needs to know that. Veron gave me my first solo contract. It's a special one. The target's around here somewhere, but I haven't pinpointed where just yet, so I'm in disguise. Not my first choice of garb, but it works. Geld is an idiot, and the prince is, well, he's a royal idiot. Bringing those two together might hurt more than help with any problems you have here. But since you asked so nicely, I can help. Might even get me closer to my goal. I can be rather convincing when I need to be, especially in this attire. The Jarl keeps some of his best wine locked away in the barracks. Snag a couple of bottles for me. Just be careful in there. The guards don't like visitors. Well, I hate to hide such good looks. You're going to need a disguise, a guard uniform. I saw one of those idiots splashing around in the river not too long ago. If he's still there, you might be able to borrow his armor. For a friend, anything. One of the guards hates cats. Earlier I saw a cat run into the building. The guard chased it for an hour. Bring a cat with you. Might prove useful. I saw a bunch of them following the Argonians around. Try over there.
Not another cat. I hate cats. They make me itch.
Do you know what that sweat had me fetch while you were gone? Food from the other tent, as if walking 10 feet would kill him. I got the food, though. Added a special berry, too. His stomach would appreciate it. I knew I could count on you. Reliability is an admirable trait. This will taste good. Probably make taking orders from that barking dog over there a bit more tolerable. And it should be enough to get the job done. To get Gelds nice and comfortable. Then I'll convince him that what he just drank was poisoned. Lucky for him, I have the antidote. Of course. He'll do whatever I want to get it. And that should be very entertaining. Of course. How did you think I was going to convince him? Now, do me a favor and stay alert out there. I've seen enough shadows and sheepish grins to know that something isn't right in Fort Armor. But that's why I'm here now, isn't it?
I think I figured out why cats like us so much. It's because we are so beautiful, and we smell good. Excuse me, but who are you? And why is King Yoren requesting any help from us? The prince made it very clear that he thinks very little of my eggkin and I. Why we even bothered coming here is beyond me. The prince cares nothing for us. He refused to send any help to my kin in Darkwater Crossing. The trolls wander the town now, and only the Hiss knows what happened to my people. I offer the same thing to you as the prince offered to me. Nothing. King Yoren is a good man, strong and wise. I hear he hates cats. He gave shelter to my people when they fled from the Stormfists and their orc allies. But that doesn't change the current situation, and Prince Ernskar is still a Gwarlicker. It's too late to help Darkwater, but not to reclaim our honor. A deal then. If you remove the head of the large troll we call Death in Winter and bring it to me, I will consider returning to Ernskar's meeting for the king. What's that smell? It's awful. My people came to Fort Ammel from the west, but the town wasn't big enough to absorb them. They settled at Darkwater Crossing. Then the trolls came. You have done what that arrogant prince would not do. Thank you. Perhaps. That is for them to decide.
But at least they have that choice. Like King Yoren, you demonstrate honor. I will return to the prince's meeting and hear what he has to say.
I heard that you've been hard at work. A powerful troll for the Argonians? Really? That's quite remarkable. And I spoke to Prince Ernskar. He agrees that he might have been a little arrogant. Especially when I told him what you discovered. Maybe now we can all get back to the business at hand, instead of just throwing insults at each other. The Pact working together again. We should be able to sniff out Fildgor's spies easily enough. Now my only concern is for the king. He's surrounded himself with our strongest warriors. But the element of surprise gives Fildgor an advantage. After what you said the Stormfists have already accomplished, how can we trust anyone on the other side of the keep's gate? I know King Yoren requested privacy for this meeting with the ambassadors. But I can't just assume everything is all right. Actually, Lord Verlop suggested that you two take care of it. I need to keep the prince in line, and we don't want to tip our hand to the Stormfists. Besides, I know you can handle yourself. Get in there and secure the king. The gates have been sealed since we arrived, but Lord Verlop should be able to open them. King Yoren was adamant that no one disturb the meeting. I imagine that whatever they are discussing in there, Fildgor is definitely at the heart of it. King Yoren is guarded by a squad of soldiers he selected personally. I'm sure everything is fine. Still, we can't be too careful. But I don't want to embarrass the king needlessly. You and Lord Verlop can handle this. I have faith in you.
How are ya?
Ruvitar rot. Do we slaughter Dominion children in their cribs? It is not done.
That's strange. Where are the guards? Oh, that's right. They're dead. Just like you're about to be. You know, you were a real pain in my side. I sent you after Ian and Marla, but somehow you survived. Then I sent you to sabotage the prince. But instead, you brought the pact together. Well, if you want something done, you just have to do it yourself.
Move or call out and lose your tongue. Simple,
Wait.
right?
Don't kill me. I can help you. Yoren's still alive. You need me.
No one likes a liar, Nord. No one. Let's talk, hero. Why did I ever let Baron convince me to come to Eastmarch?
Told you something bad was gonna happen. I didn't want you to walk into this trap alone, so I followed you. Good thing, too. I've been tracking a Breton illusionist by the name of Dalin for a while now. The villain created quite a stir by assassinating a few nobles in Mournhold recently. I discovered that he took a contract with Fildgor and tracked him to this region. Not exactly, but I'd wager he's inside the keep. I'm not sure what we'll find in there, but you'll need to be quick. Dalin's already a step ahead of us. The man bought Verlop with a promise of gold. Who knows who else he's got on his side? I need to make sure our Alliance friends are playing nice with each other. Then I'll meet up with you. I'll try and get out of this damn dress and into some proper clothing. How do women wear stuff like this all the time? Well, thanks. Maybe I could get used to wearing such finery when things aren't so dangerous. What am I saying? Get your ass in there and save King Yoren! Idiot! We're surrounded by the enemy!
The big bad Stormfists are outside. Maybe we should go upstairs so I can protect you, all proper-like.
People really frustrate me sometimes. Maybe we should go upstairs so I can protect you. Who even says that? He could have complimented my eyes, or my... Never mind. He's one of Dalin's thugs. No sign of the king, though. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Windows are wonderful things, my darling. No one ever remembers to lock them. I'm sure you've crawled into or out of more than a few windows over the course of your adventures. I found 2 doors in here, but they're both locked tight. I'm sure the king is behind one of those doors. Just need to figure out how to open them. I don't think you'll just find a key lying around, but you never know. I'll check down here. Take a look upstairs and see if you can find anything.
So you have finally come to the aid of the king. Thank you for all your hard work here in Fort Armor. I can't say that Verloc was as useful as I hoped, but he served his purpose, right? I mean, just look at me. Stunning, am I not? A Breton leading the Nords. Who would have thought of it? For all intent and purposes, I am the real king now. Any who would challenge that are being dealt with. But I wanted to congratulate you. So many lives lost because of you. I'm envious. That poor guard Floanor, greedy Lord Verloc, the mind reels. Verloc did say that he would take care of her, didn't he? My poor Verloc was many things, but a liar wasn't one of them. Then there's that pretty little dark elf outside. The feisty one. She'll be a fun one to kill. And of course, King Euron. He's enjoying a gift from Fildgor. The king that saved his people from the Akaviri, killed by his own brother. Yet, no one will ever know. No. They will find the body of poor Dallin the Briton, defeated by their heroic king. Oh, that would be me. Well, yes, that's the entire point of why we're here. Now I must apologize. I have matters to attend to. You'll find that my guards now control the manor. You can try to stop us, but I doubt you'll have very much luck.
Dallin said you were coming after us. Let's see how you handle two of the best warriors of the Stormfist Brigade.
Too little, too late, though. The false king is dead. Once you join him, Fildgor will rule this land.
King Yoren's breathing is shallow. The poison Dalin used, it's tainted. Daedric, I'm not sure what it's doing to this poor man, but I don't think he will survive. The illusionist fooled us all. His magic allowed the Stormfist to look like people we trusted. Something in the wine we shared, we think. One of them took the form of the king's servant. He poisoned the king's dinner. Fighting broke out as soon as King Yoren fell ill. We dragged him away from the meeting and locked ourselves in here. When the Stormfist broke in, I thought we were finished. If that woman hadn't shown up, we'd probably be dead right now. She never identified herself. When the Stormfist broke in, she just appeared out of nowhere and put 2 daggers in their backs. Then she told us help was coming, and she ran off. She wore a helmet, but I'm pretty sure she was a dark elf. We should be fine, and we're not helpless. We can protect the king. But please hurry just the same. I don't know how long he can resist the poison.
I figured you'd be up here. Another contract completed by, well, you again. I wonder if the Tong is testing me or something. Still, a success is a success, right? I hope I didn't scare the ambassadors too badly. When you entered the safe room, I heard the ambassadors trying to be quiet upstairs. Next thing I know, Stormfist thugs are waving their axes around and attacking the manor. I was about to leave the same way I entered. Well, I couldn't let you have all the fun. Seriously, you have to understand. My organization used to be respected. Now we're hunted for what we were, what we represented. That has to change. I was talking about you, but I also figured more backup wouldn't hurt. Ernskar and his guards are downstairs. They rushed over as soon as the fighting started. But King Yoren, he didn't look so good. He's not gonna make it, is he? Bildegor plays dirty. I wish I could help more, but I've already overstepped the limits of my contract. I need to get back to Mournhold. A new matter involving a rival group has become an issue. These people still need your help, hero. Always the hero, aren't you? I'm kidding. I'll find you again when I need your help. In fact, I'd like that. Now go. Save King Yoren. He needs you more than I do at the moment.
Where is my father? What did our so-called allies do to him? I'll kill every single Argonian and Dark Elf myself if my father's been harmed. Filgor might have driven the blade, but the Dark Elves and Argonians did nothing to protect my father. Now where is he? Tell me! Guards, go to the king at once. As for you, what's your involvement in all this? Why are you here? Then we are allies, for now. I must go to my father. I don't care how we do it, but his life must be saved. My father can't die. Filgor will not win this war. Not this way. I forbid it.
There must be something we can do for the king. The Stormfists have been dealt with, and the duplicates rounded up. But whatever poison attacks the king grows worse with each passing hour. We can't help him without more information. Now our enemies stoop so low as to ally themselves with Daedra. The poison will kill the king before we can get him to the healers in Windhelm. And no one here can cure a poison like this. We need to ask the Turnian monks for help. An old cult worshipped totem gods. Call them monks or witches as you will, but they wield strong healing magic. Their rituals are complex, and those who seek their help must bring their own ritual components. The poison weakens the king. We need a substance to bolster his life force. The Turnian monks also require a focus, an object or even a person. Something or someone that possesses a rare power can serve this function. The blood of a vampire gives strength and vitality, even to those on death's door. Whatever runs through their veins serves to enhance their life force. The tiniest amount should suffice to get the king through the ritual. His body is shutting down. This blood will work as a countering agent to the poison. It won't be enough to turn him, I don't think. Besides, we don't have many options available to us, do we? The hot springs to the north. Rumors suggest the place is haunted by the undead. Witchestada, they call it. Let's hope the rumors are true. Of course, you'll also need to get one of them to give you its blood. The Argonians joked about one of their own during the feast. They called him the Dreamwalker. He watches over the dreams of the people of Darkwater Crossing. Yes, the same place where the trolls now run rampant. The spirits assure me that this Dreamwalker still lives. He is essential to saving King Yoren. Where he hides, that I don't know. Search Darkwater Crossing for some clue as to where the Argonians have gone. I am connected to the spirits of this world. Specifically, I have a bond with the spirit of the wolf. This bond has existed my entire life, even when I was a small child. When the spirits called to me, I left my home to seek them out. I found the Tunyan monks. A cult, some would call them, but they heard the spirits just as I did. They took me in, trained me to listen to the call of the wild, to hone my skills, to be one with nature. I was young, and I missed my family. My responsibility to my bloodline finally called me back to Windhelm. I left the people I grew to love in the middle of the night, and never looked back. Now we must go to them to save our king.
You have to help me.
Please help me. I pushed her down, and now she's gone. It was the only way I could get away from those horrible monsters. We were on our way back to Windhelm. We decided to take a shortcut, and those monsters surrounded us. I've never seen anything like them before. They were everywhere, all around us. There were so many of them. By the three! Look out! I need to go. I need to get out of here. Those things are everywhere. Please, my friend may still be alive. If you see her, you need to save her. We were near the center of the hot springs when we were attacked. I pushed Imhe down. It was the only thing I could do to get away. I wasn't thinking. I never meant to hurt her. Please, find Imhe. I need to go.
Stay away from me, you monster.
Damn it, woman. You need to come with me now. The sun hurts me more than you know. We need to get inside. Scales here is about to have a really bad day if she doesn't come with me right now. That bite, it's spreading faster than she realizes. These creatures are the twisted offspring of a vampire, and their bite is just as dangerous. Once bitten, the curse seeps into your body. It gets into your blood until the fever takes you. Then the craving comes over you. The craving for blood. There may be a way. I need to get her back to my manor, though. If she stays out here too long, the sun will find her. Then she'll experience a pain like she has never felt before. Right now, she just needs to shut up and listen to me. I'm just like the creatures that attacked her, except my mind is my own, and I'm a little more sensitive to sunlight. Now, before you do something we'll both regret, hear me out. If I'm going to save Scales, I'm going to need your help. I need Blood Fiend dust. You can get it from the creatures that bit her. Then maybe we can reverse the effects and save Scales here. I'll keep her safe in the meantime. If you can get that dust, bring it to my manor. The cursed blood of my family does indeed run through my veins. I'm not ashamed of it. What I am ashamed of is what my people do with this power. I believe that I can trust you. If you help me with something, I'll do whatever you ask as long as it doesn't involve hurting anyone. Time to go, Scales. We need to make sure you don't turn into one of these creatures.
What are you doing? No, don't let him take me.
Big Man said you'd be showing up soon. He's upstairs with the lizard girl.
Let me out of here, please. This isn't right. You're killing me. You gave me to these creatures, and they're going to use me as food. Why would you do such a thing? Of course not. Who harms their dinner before they feast? I'm sure they're going to be very good to me. At least until supper time.
Scales tried to escape, so we locked her up. Nothing to worry about. Just want to make sure everyone stays safe. It won't be long before she gets that crazed look in her eyes, though. You saw those things out there. They're mindless monsters, as ugly as they are evil, and only interested in killing and feasting. Do you really want Scales out there attacking people? No? That's why I put her in a cage. There's a chance, but it's just that, a chance. There's no guarantee she'll survive the process. I've seen it kill as often as it cures. It's a risk, but the alternative is far, far worse. I swear by the blood of my clan and my clanmates, I only want to help her. She's safe here. I'll protect her for as long as she remains with us. And if the cure fails, I'll teach her to control her urges. You made the right decision. I promise I'll do everything in my power to help her. We'll watch over her. If she doesn't improve, we'll make sure she doesn't succumb to the bloodlust. Believe me, you won't regret this. Poor Scales burns with the blood fever. She'll be trying to eat every face she sees soon enough. Who would wish that fate upon her? Well, I suppose my father would, but you'll learn more about him shortly. I promise we'll look after Scales. We'll make sure that she's safe and that she doesn't hurt anyone. Now, I need your help. You saw for yourself. Vampire abominations prowl the springs. Those are my father's toys, sick creations of his evil mind. We've all been infected, cursed, plagued. Call it what you will. We're vampires. But we don't have to succumb to the curse's savage nature. My father thinks otherwise. He believes we should embrace the bloodlust, the power, taking those who can't oppose us and making them our own. A civil war rages through Eastmarch. He feels the time is right to strike. He wants to grow an army of undead before anyone notices. My father must be stopped at all costs. He's already targeted the Winterland Hunters. He's about to turn them into his puppets. Jaruk downstairs can tell you how to save them. That's our first step. We turn my father into dust, and end this tyranny once and for all. The hunters are merely a distraction. If we deny him their blood, he'll grow curious, perhaps even vulnerable. He'll want to know who interfered with his plans. This world is a deadly place when the sun glows bright in the sky. It's just too dangerous outside. Even the wounds I recently suffered require time and a great deal of blood to overcome. Imagine the cost of trying to deal with all those hunters. I must say you are a strange one. Others would have drawn weapons the moment they saw what I was. Anyway, I could attempt to scare them away, but they're hunters. I don't suspect they scare very easily.
I hope Valeric didn't convince you to join our cause. Our battles never end well. True, his father's a bastard, but he's a strong bastard. Valeric can't beat him, and those who help us usually die. But enough depressing talk. How can Jaruk help you? Yes, Jaruk always has a plan. The Blood Fiends hunt by scent. They have the hunter's scent and await the command to strike. If we mask the scent, the Blood Fiends will lose interest and wander off. The hunters will be saved. Take this liquid. It is a gift from Jaruk's close friends, Cello and Harp. Don't ask what it is. You don't want to know. Splash it on the hunters. Make them smell like something the Blood Fiends won't want to eat. Oh, they'll hate it. They'll probably try to kill you. It's best if you rough them up a bit first. Show them who's stronger. Then splash it in their faces. As long as they end up very smelly, the hunters should be safe.
Majorn, my master, would like to speak with you. You've made contact with Majorn's son, Valeric. He's a troubled young man, ashamed of his heritage. Majorn simply wishes to end the conflict with his son. For this reason, my lord requests to meet with you. Oh, it's not just you. Others have tried to help Valeric. They either see how futile their task is, or they fail. My master wants to explain this to you. You don't have to make any decisions right now. Just hear him out. He will meet with you in his manor, the one to my left. No harm will come to you at this time. Majorn gives you his word.
You must be curious as to why I summoned you. I want to give you an opportunity to learn my son's true intentions. His fire is admirable, but he does more harm than good. Valeric opposes me because I embrace my true nature. I take what is mine without thought or hesitation. Valeric questions everything and tries to fix our people. He deprives them of what they need to survive, while telling them there is a better way. When they finally taste fresh blood, the fever takes hold. They become wild, savage monsters, more dangerous than anything I create. Many call me evil, but at least I do not feed indiscriminately. I feed to survive. I feed to increase my power. Valeric must be stopped. My people may kill hundreds, but when his followers lose control, they kill thousands more. I hide nothing from you. I am not a good man nor a good father, but I shall not kill my only son. For that, I need your help. I could crush you, yet I do not. You need to understand. The two who follow my son are all that remain. The others lost control, slaughtered villages in their mindless rage. They had to be, how do I say it, put down. Such a waste. Of course he didn't. Why would he tell his new ally that he was the cause of such rampant slaughter? I grow tired of these questions. I have told you what you have asked. Now you must answer me. Will you assist me, or shall we be enemies? If that is your decision, so be it. After you leave here, know that I am your enemy. When next we meet, I will tear out your heart and drink your blood. And that shall still be better than if one of Valeric's followers becomes crazed and attacks you.
Who throws cat piss on people? God, that smells awful. Holy stink! It's horrible! stink! It's horrible!
You saved the lives of the hunters. You ruined their clothes, but you saved their lives. My father will be upset when his slaves fail to locate new prey. He'll become curious. Then we'll catch him off guard. My father won't risk going outside. It's too dangerous. The sun is deadly to his ancient form. No, he'll send his thrall Tunis to see what went wrong. We need to catch my father before he returns to the crypts and locks the doors behind him. Rala will sneak into my father's manor and wait for Tunis to return. She'll deal with him. I need you to enter the crypts. Rala may be a vampire, but she's still young. She wouldn't stand a chance against an ancient. Rala is quick. She can blend with the shadows. Slitting a thrall's throat is well within her capabilities. But someone more powerful than her needs to confront my father.
Please leave me alone. I don't want to talk about what happened here. Please leave me alone. I don't want to talk about what happened here. I couldn't resist the urge. I had to feed. Valeric keeps us locked away. He doesn't let us feed. Not naturally. Not like this. I need blood to survive. Why deny me this pleasure? I don't care what Valeric taught us. This is who we are. This is what we are. If we ever hope to defeat the Ancients, we must embrace the power as they do. We can't keep feeding on skeevers and hope to grow strong. We must feast. It's been so long. You just don't understand. How could you? I need this to live. Valeric starves us. We mostly feed on animals, finding criminals when we can. There's a reason we're not as strong as the Ancients. We must grow stronger. No, You're right. What am I doing? I've fallen just as the Ancients wanted us to. Here, this is the key to the crypts. Tunis had it. Go in there and end this, please.
sweet, sweet blood! Feast upon your sweet, sweet blood! Enough of this! Now you shall die!
He's gone. I can feel it. His presence faded when you struck him down. We don't need to fear his tyranny any longer. You killed Mayon, not me. Don't take this the wrong way. We're grateful for what you have done, but you did it. You destroyed a tyrant who could have built a formidable force, one strong enough to challenge the Skald King. Now, that won't happen. We will go somewhere safe. A place where we won't be a danger to others. My friends still have much to learn. I can't risk others until I know they can control their temptations. No one will fall victim to our people again. We can't thank you enough. My father was evil. He abused the gifts we've been given. With him gone, we have a chance to live peacefully. Well, as peacefully as our kind can. You've done a great thing, ridding this world of my father. Speak. Tell me your desire, and I shall make it so. My blood? Do you intend to turn the Scald King into one of us? Why would you help us stop my father, just to create another vampire? You have earned my trust, friend. Therefore, I must believe you speak the truth. Take it, save the king, but don't make me regret giving this to you.
Pain makes victim delirious. She falls in and out of consciousness. The troll bite is inflamed, and it begins to ooze.
Please, Stormy. There must be something you can do.